How big is your team? Is it yourself or
It's just me at the moment.
how's your pricing model looks like? Is it one-time retainer or performance-based?
Big setup fee, which they pay sort of 40% upfront and then 60% on delivery. If I don't want to hand over the project to them in voice flow, and no one's shown any interest in or like enough technical side, a big enough technical
Yeah,
team
for
to
sure.
learn how to handle it themselves.
Hey Jessica, thanks for joining. Can you give us
No.
the quick intro of yourself? Who are you and what does your agency do?
Yeah, for sure. So my name's Jess, and I run an AI agency called Adanac, and we mainly do chat agents, but we're beginning to do voice agents too, and also
Oh,
automating sort of internal processes as well, alongside a bit of like auditing and consulting. So yeah.
all right. And do you have any specific niche or industry you're heading into?
Yeah, I mean, not yet. It's a definitely a bit of a mixed bag at the moment. We have about sort of 5 sport-related sort of events and clubs, and then 2 sort of property-related, a construction agency, a recruitment agency. So definitely sort of all over the place. But I'm sort of looking more now because I've got a month doing sort of consulting for a real estate agency. Hopefully after that, I'll know more about behind the scenes and could sort of
Hmm.
niche into that. But
Hmm.
for now, just taking any leads that come my way.
Got it. Got it. So you're basically doing, in general, like every kind of niche, but
Yeah.
you're trying to focus on real estate. That's what you
I
said?
think so. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean it's a huge opportunity there, and they're all so similar. I mean, especially in the UK, they all pretty much use the same CRM. So if you can integrate
Mm.
with that, there's a huge
Oh,
opportunity.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But just doing custom
So like,
solutions really. So
so what do you think of the distribution of CRM they're using? What's the best CRM they're using right now in real estate?
sorry, what type of CRM or what?
I mean, like, what type of CRMs? Like, how's the distribution look like? Like, how much of the real estate agencies are using like the best CRM?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what percent, but I know on the one that I'm talking with, they have about 8,000 real estate agencies using that same CRM across the UK, including
Oh,
sort of all the big major ones,
hmm,
which is enough, right? It's sort of big
yeah.
enough niche. So
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, so that would be the reason to get to partner with them would be to get access to sort of like endpoints where you can actually book in
Oh, yeah.
viewings and valuations and whatnot. So it's not a public API. So yeah, so you actually need to sort of propose and to like
Hmm.
become a partner with them officially, which
Hmm.
is interesting.
And did you get a chance to actually reach out to them and talk about this
Mhm.
API endpoints?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
their leadership is all new since like January, and they're super keen on AI and excited. So I'm not sure could that, but because there's such a huge CRM, they move quite
Mm,
slowly. So there is a bit of an
yeah.
opportunity to build something before they do, or with them even. Yeah,
Yeah.
exciting.
I mean, if you were to get that access to like private API endpoints, like that would be a great mode in your agency, you know?
Yeah, would be no for sure. Yeah. But they
Yeah.
know their worth.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. And then how big is your team? Is it yourself or
It's just me at the moment.
just you?
Yeah. So
And you're doing all the marketing, sales, all the delivery as well? You're not working any
yes,
other
yeah.
developer?
No, it's just me. Yeah, it's just me. I have some course mates who are really strong programmers. So if I need help
Mm.
doing sort of a little bit of custom stuff, they can step in and help, which is good. Good support.
Oh.
But yeah, all the outreach and whatnot is
And do you have any plans, hiring more people or maybe partnering with others?
not yet. I think it's working at the moment. I'm not sure, yeah, how many more I can take on, but at the moment it's working. Maybe sort of,
All right.
yeah, maybe taking off like freelancers and whatnot to support some projects, but it's working for now.
Yeah, that's good. And my next question would be about your pricing model. How's your pricing model looks like? Is it one-time retainer or performance-based?
Yeah, so it's at the moment because it's all custom. It's usually quite a like big setup fee, which they pay sort of 40% upfront and then 60% on delivery. And
Mm-hmm.
then after that, there's a retainer because we offer a dashboard, or,
Mm.
your dashboard, and so we charge a retainer for that. And then for the voice agents we're starting to do, there's a usage fee as well, which is good because it's so hard to predict when they haven't used any sort of like receptionist before how many calls they're going to get in as well.
Okay. So you're basically charging your clients for basically building solutions for them.
Yeah, exactly.
And
It's,
and then after that you so you so are you positioning our ChatDash dashboard as a separate product or add-on, or is it like
No,
included in your offer?
just as a sort of a bit of a mandatory retainer because we don't want to hand over. I don't want to hand over the project to them in voice flow, and no one's shown
Yeah,
any interest in or like enough technical side, a big enough technical
yeah,
sort of
yeah,
team
for
to
sure.
learn how to handle it themselves. So they're more interested in this sort of really user-friendly dashboard. So
Hmm.
and through the dashboard, obviously they can see all the transcripts and add topics
Hmm.
and sort of thing.
Hmm.
So that just seems to work.
Awesome.
It's just the easiest way
Hmm.
of handing off and all the code and the
Okay.
leads that come in as well. Because all of our
Hmm.
chatbots are lead capture
Hmm.
agents, so all the details get sent into that. Yeah.
Awesome. So you're basically using our dashboard for fixed retainer, and on top
Mhm.
of that, you're charging a usage based as well, right?
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yep. Awesome. And if you don't mind me asking, what's your roughly monthly revenue range? You don't need to answer it, but if you
Yeah.
can.
Oh, can we just skip this question? I don't know. I really don't want to say. Just it's just changing so much this month.
Okay, that's
Cut that
fine.
bit out to the next one.
Yeah, yeah,
Sorry,
yeah, yeah.
I
All right.
hadn't really
Let's
prepped
move on.
that.
Yeah, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah.
And what's your best performing offer or sales strategy so far?
Yeah. So I mean, it started off doing like knowledge base, like replacing sites with the big knowledge bases, so that users could come on and like quickly search that with natural language. But now we're actually moving more to, especially with the voice agents, doing sort of inbound, outbound receptionists. Because
Hmm.
although the knowledge base agents are good and they really work, it's not we don't really get that sort of immediate measurable return on investment from them. So having an agent where someone comes onto the website, say for like the construction company, and they fill out the form, agent rings them back immediately, then a client who gets that immediate call back is going to choose that construction agency over, say, like the 10 others they've contacted for proposals, right? So then immediately they can see a measurable result from the agent that I built them. So that's proving a lot more popular. So these sort of
Hmm.
sales agents rather than knowledge support agents. And it's been the
Hmm.
same with, so we built some like natural language property search bots.
Yes.
And although they were great and it's sort of a bit of a vanity project, they haven't actually really move the needle that much. So they're
Hmm.
interesting to do. But what really
Hmm.
works is these sort of like lead capture, lead gen agents.
Hmm. I mean, like, yeah, I think lead generation is one of the most use cases, I guess, and it's
Really?
very like clear. The ROI is really clear as well.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
if I build this, KPI is really here, right? How many leads are generated through this agent, and how many
Yeah.
appointments booked. And if I can book this amount of appointments, I can
Mhm.
charge this amount.
Yeah,
But like
exactly.
all this like customer support, like and generic FAQ chatbots are like, I mean, it looks cool, but where's my ROI? Where
Exactly.
all my money goes to? You know, so that's pretty
Yeah,
hard to
exactly.
answer as an agency. So I
Yeah,
think that's
that's
great
well put.
lead
Yeah, exactly.
generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And my next question would be, any do you have any game changing insights you've had in the last six, um, 12 months of running an agency?
I'd say, I mean, this is sort of repeating myself a little bit, but maybe taking when you're on that first sort of discovery call with the client, like they might have an idea of what they think they want AI to
Hmm.
do because it's sort of
Hmm.
like this magical thing, but that use case might not actually be the most beneficial for them. But they might sort of drop hints about what's actually causing the most sort of what could be automated in the company. So I think
Hmm.
that's sort of actually sort of not building immediately what they ask for, but having a proper discovery call and doing a bit of an
Oh,
audit is
yeah.
quite good. Because then, I mean, yeah, you want to be able to build on something high value so you can charge them a high price.
Yeah.
That is actually going to provide them
Yeah.
with some value. So I guess, yeah, that's
Yeah. So
yeah.
instead of taking their requirements as is,
Mhm.
basically refining their requirements to get the
Mhm.
most value out of the agent you build.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Their ideas might not be the best solutions for them. There might be
totally.
other ideas that could, generate a higher ROI for them.
Sure.
Mm,
And they don't really know what's possible. So, like for example, one client said, "Oh, could it actually take an action?" And it's like, "Oh yeah." So it's not,
mm,
this isn't a static agent. This isn't just gonna answer the questions then hang up on the client
mm,
that rings in. If you have
mm,
a CRM that has an API, like let's
mm,
book a meeting during this
mm,
sort of AI call, that sort of thing. So teaching
yeah.
them what's possible is good, but also
Mm,
teaching them. So if they say, they have all of the leads that come in, say it's a really small company, and all the leads that come in just go to like a spreadsheet or something, telling them, well, why don't you set up a proper CRM with an API, and then we can actually make the most use of this AI agent, so it can actually book in things and whatnot. Which is a bit of a more than.
And just top of my head, like, do you charge for your discovery calls, or do you offer it for completely free?
Not. I mean, at first discovery call, no, and then I guess no, not for the first discovery call, and then after that, it just becomes sort of part of that first setup fee for the build.
And how long does how long is the discovery call usually?
Probably about an hour, I'd say, maybe over an hour. It's quite long. Yeah, because I mean, it does take a while. I think one of the issues I had at the beginning was like, I literally do not know the behind the scenes of this company. How can I help them? And actually, an hour-long sales call, like, you'll know what goes on behind the scenes, and it feels like, I'm sitting here for an hour as this owner tells me all about their company, and you actually you need that information. It's quite interesting to learn about like all these companies. It's good.
Yeah, maybe 1 hour is probably not enough as well to actually know the ins and outs of their problems.
No,
business.
What's great about having, I mean, I'm not sure how scalable it is, but being in Bristol, it's quite a large city in the UK, and just having agencies or like having clients that live or that are based sort of literally 2 blocks from where I live, being able to pop round and see how the office works is huge. Just see exactly where all the opportunities. So
yeah. So my next question would be, what are the biggest bottlenecks in your business?
Yeah, I would say like getting data from the clients is quite difficult, because I think it has to be so clean before it goes into the chatbot to be able to get this is for like the knowledge base agents, especially for one of our knowledge base agents is sort of an internal one, so it's for their staff to query, and just they have so much data or so much information in so many different formats and whatnot, and it's actually on them to get all that data to me. So I say that really slows down the build a lot. And building sort of FAQ bots for websites is a bit easier because then I can just scrape it myself. But I'd say that's definitely slows down the build.
And how do you handle that? Like, do you use our parse feature, or are you using any other platforms to actually turn any files into clean text? That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I have a Google Drive. They just fill, and then I just put that all through sort of tools like Firecrawl and whatnot to get it into Markdown. Yeah, but that's sort of, I say to them, that is really the biggest part of the fee is me cleaning your data and getting it into the chatbot. Because because writing the prompts is totally doable, but that data needs to be really clean, which takes time.
I totally agree with that. Like, even in my agency, when I'm building any kind of chat-based agents, especially company has a lot of data and it's obviously not organized. We need to actually chase them to get the data we want to fit in the agent, and so it's I think the biggest the most time consuming task in terms of like building solution is getting the data ready, and organizing all the data, and basically cleaning data and organizing them into markdown text, which is however friendly. So I totally get that.
Yeah, I was surprised actually. I thought the AI would be able to handle it better. I was surprised actually how clean it has to be. It can handle a lot of data. It does. It's interesting.
Yeah, and moving on to ChatDash related questions.
Yes.
What problem were you trying to solve when you first found ChatDash?
Yeah, so I mean,
how did you find this? Like, how did you find
it?
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think, I mean, there was also Voice Glow around at the time, I think last year. And so I was sort of researching all these different dashboards, and because I mean, when I got my first clients, I guess the first thing they ask is, well, how can I see the transcripts? What I need to know what my customers are asking. And I was thinking, why doesn't VoiceFlow, have a service where you can just like hand it over to the client? And you see sort of so many people asking VoiceFlow in the VoiceFlow Discord and whatnot. How can I hand it over to my clients and whatnot? But it's interesting to see that that's just not something that they're interested in building. It's obviously just not a route they want to go down. So it's great to see ChatDash for exactly that purpose of handing your chatbots and agents to clients. And it's cool to see just the features that have kept coming. So I mean, when a client said, can I do live support? Can I do live agent handoff too? That's something that VoiceFlow doesn't offer natively, but you do. So that's sort of awesome. So it's been really
Yeah.
helpful, and all those features just like the price you can charge just goes up and up. So that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly. So ChatDash right now has multiple integrations with other platforms, but obviously we started as a voice flow extension. But
Right. Yeah.
yeah, for right now we support like multiple integrations, but I remember myself, trying to solve this problem myself,
Really.
and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
yeah yeah I ended up building it myself. And
Wow.
yeah.
So when did you pivot from being an agency yourself to being ChatDash? What was the last straw?
Honest, like I'm running my agency right now as well,
Oh, okay.
but it's not like it's just there, but like I'm not actively like marketing my agency.
No.
I don't have
No.
any websites or anything like that. But since
No.
I have ChatDash right now, but I don't need any kind of marketing per se, because like I
No.
already
Okay.
have clients who are interested in selling agents or who need agents.
Right.
So
Yeah.
whenever I onboard a call, like I just let them know that I have an agency services. You're
Okay.
interested, like yeah, I can work. You can work with me or something like that. Like a
Right.
soft nudge there,
Yes. Yeah.
and
That's clever. Just
since
let
already
them know.
they trust me through my content and my
Yeah.
obviously from my product, so it was pretty easy to close a deal. But
Yeah, I think
yeah,
you had a
right
pretty
now,
big
but
the Korean government or something. I saw one of your
yeah,
videos. That's, yeah, really
so
impressive.
yeah, but like right now, I'm focusing on building ChatDash better and better.
Yeah.
I
Um,
I only have agency service just because just to get the idea of how agency operates and
yeah.
how agency actually offers solutions to other businesses. What kind
Hmm.
of pain points and needs they have. Yeah, just to understand that. But like to be honest, at this point, I'm actually thinking about like completely closing this
Really. Yeah.
because like I already have enough agency clients, and if I
Yeah.
need input, like I can talk to these people just like you.
Right.
So
Yeah.
maybe I can. Yeah, I'd rather just build solutions. I don't know, but right now I have agency services as well.
And you sort of to offer a bit more of a like the I saw your SaaS sort of release through ChatDash, like the self-service sort of agents. Would you see that? Do you see that being offered like purely through ChatDash? So I mean, like, could people come onto your site and build their own agent rather than like letting us white label ChatDash as a SaaS? Would you?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, didn't do you have a SaaS? Don't you have a new SaaS release? Didn't I see a few weeks
Yes.
ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you considered sort of making that like through ChatDash so that like a real estate company can come onto the ChatDash website and use your SaaS, or do you just let us use that as a white
Mm,
label version?
my main focus is to serve agencies
Yeah. Okay.
so that they can get their own SaaS.
Yeah. Fair enough.
If
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
sense, because like
Yeah.
my main target is agencies, and I don't have
Hmm.
any. And if I were to make it as my SaaS, I mean, obviously
Hmm.
I can do that, but like I don't think I can compete with other platforms.
Okay.
Like if let's say like if I were to make it a complete SaaS platform, I need to compete with other voice flow
Yeah.
or something
That's
like
true.
that. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
the reason I released SaaS mode in Chatdash is basically allowing agencies to have different set of offers.
Hmm.
So it's not gonna be like very complex, agent building platform. It's gonna be like
No.
a really simple, like
Hmm.
templated agents they can duplicate themselves.
Yeah. One
So that's the
prompt.
only purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. No, it's a good feature.
Yeah. All right. I mean, by the way, if you want to try it out, I can give you a free trial. Maybe like I don't know, 2 weeks. Let me know.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I feel like I don't have any clients for it right now, but thank you. It's good to know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. My next question would be, why did you decide to use ChatDash over other solutions? You mentioned Voice Glow, or maybe you could have built out your dashboard yourself. Why did you choose ChatDash?
Yeah, I started trying to build it myself and I had so many issues pulling in the voice flow transcripts and just making it look professional enough. And there was so many, how was I gonna there's just so much to build out, like the Stripe billing and then people log in. And then I thought about having like finding a freelancer to build it on like Fiverr or something. That was just going to cost so much. So that's
Mm.
really it just came down to
How
yeah,
much is
costs
it?
and time. I can't remember. I'm sure it would have been a good like 600 quid or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
All right. And this might be a repetitive question, but how do you actually use ChatDash in your business?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yes, all the things I mentioned. So offering live support, sorry, live agent handoff to my clients.
Yeah.
like a pretty big one, and doing the usage metrics for voice agents. And then people like to see, so they can assign topics to the transcripts that
Yes.
come in, so they like to see what sort of people are asking about, and then just
Mhm.
just generally like just tracking how many conversations coming
Mhm.
through. And then also we embed, so for each of our clients we offer like a lead capture, but they all have different sort of services. So we might have one, so in one dashboard for one client we might have 3 different leads coming through. So one might be like addresses because people have requested sample packages, or just basic follow-up requests, that's their email and whatnot. And then it might be like booking a demo, so they've got their like calendar meeting. And so then I've embedded 3 Airtables into the ChatDash dashboard for my clients, so they can see those leads in one sort of centralized place rather than having to send them 3 different spreadsheets.
So you're using our custom menu to embed your
Yes,
Airtable
yeah,
interfaces, right?
yeah.
Like even that interface that's embedded in ChatDash is from Airtable.
It's
Yeah,
oh really?
isn't it? I'm just saying. I'm just I'm just asking if like the one that you're embedding into ChatDash,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yeah.
that's
You, you
from
keep you're
that's
breaking
from
up. Yeah,
Airtable,
that
right?
is just like an Airtable iframe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's
that answers.
unbranded. And do they see the brand of the Airtable in the
Oh,
iframe
I don't
or no?
I don't think so. No, I think
All right,
so.
that's
Mhm.
good. So I was just wondering, like, if you built your own like web page and embedded into ChatDash, or you're
No.
just directly using Airtable.
Yeah, I think I
If
just
you're using Airtable.
yeah, yeah. Literally just go onto Airtable page, and I've got 3 accounts. You just say
Mm,
like exporters, like
mm,
web view or something.
yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right. And how has ChatDash affected your revenue, efficiency, or client experience so far?
Yeah, so it's definitely made it the whole thing feel more professional. So when I say to my clients, like our agency is Adanac, I don't have to then go, oh, and here's a voice dashboard, or here's a
Mm,
VAPI dashboard. It's like, no, this is my Adanac website, and this is my Adanac branded dashboard. So that looks really good. So there's no confusion there about who they're dealing with. That's great. So that's like the white label feature. And then yeah, just being able to offer like or like charge retainers. That's all down to
mm,
the dashboard. I'd say yeah,
mm,
that's the
yeah, that's
two
great.
big things.
So basically, like putting like all together in one dashboard and branded with your branding, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so yeah.
And what's the biggest ROI you've seen from using it so far?
Sort of like a numerical figure.
Huh?
Just like a figure. I can't really say. What do you mean? Sort
Yeah,
of like one number.
I think we can just skip this question. It's kind of
Okay.
I think I need to change
Sorry,
some,
Naveen.
set up.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. And if you had to start over, what would you do differently in your agency?
Oh, I would definitely say, I mean, at the beginning I spent a good sort of like 3 months, I think, really working on my website, really trying to build
Mm,
out like a productized solution. I was like really thinking that these FAQ chatbots are going to be huge, but
mm,
it's actually one that actually that solution wasn't going to be the solution that really took off.
mm,
And I just didn't know enough yet. So like my first client call, they asked if it would integrate with their CRM. And I didn't know what CRM was. So you really like need
mm,
to like having never had a job in an office. So and then my next call, I said it can integrate with your CRM, and he was like, huh, I don't have one of those. So just sort of
mm,
learning like, okay, what do companies have? Like what should I expect from big and small companies? So
mm,
just like realizing how little and then just do custom solutions at first, and maybe do like so I did like my first one for free and then charging after that. I feel like, and also just not offering like first month free, because these companies don't mind, that they want to pay, they want something good and they're willing to pay for that. So just
mm,
I feel like yeah, just having confidence to charge like a high
yeah.
figure because you bring value once,
Mm,
and then yes, that's so I'd say yeah. So do lots of custom solutions before you even think about trying to productize anything, and before working on your website, just doing straight out like lots of warm outreach and just getting clients. I
mm,
don't think any of them would even checked out the website. They're more interested in the product at the beginning.
yeah. Awesome. And
Yeah.
I really resonate with the idea of like reaching out to your warm network and just actually just just solving their problems with AI chatbots, not just
Yeah, for sure.
building generic chatbots.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
For sure there's so much value in it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And because they're,
How much?
if it's warm outreach, they're probably your friends and family, so they don't mind going a bit slower pace or having those few extra calls, so you can
Hmm.
ask them questions about what you need to provide their devs and whatnot
Yeah,
to them.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's something every AI agency should be doing right now, in your opinion?
right now, I think just advertising more. I think maybe like getting on LinkedIn, getting into the Motley's
Mm,
school community, and just like posting builds and what like, they probably know enough. I wish I just started sharing what I was building earlier. I knew plenty to get started before I thought I did.
mm,
So yeah, so
mm,
like just go speak to a business owner and you'll realize how you already know enough to start providing value. So I think that's go
mm,
start speaking to people and sharing stuff on LinkedIn, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just do more marketing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's all set. Building it
Mm,
is such a so easy compared to marketing.
yeah. Just do more marketing and share what you've built.
Yeah.
Share what you're struggling with, like every journey,
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
process of your journey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
all
That's all
right.
really.
And just out of curiosity, like, what's your main marketing channel right now?
It's probably LinkedIn. I'm not.
LinkedIn.
I think. But what's also been a really good like, and surprising source of leads has been like sharing my builds on LinkedIn. I've been able to
Mm,
become one of the voice flow experts, sort of part of their expert
mm,
panel. And so there's a form on VoiceFlow where people can like request expert support or like to
mm.
do projects through experts.
Oh.
And so in our little like
Mm,
group of experts in the Discord channel, they send those inquiries
oh.
through, and then we just say like, yeah, I'll take
Mm,
that project, or yeah, I'll take the project. So that's really been
mm.
like a my source of high ticket clients has come through that. So it just opens doors. Yeah, so just like
Oh.
get good at one tool, and then share about it, and then
Mm.
partner with them basically. So
Wow. So like, so technically, it's basically from voice flow, right? Voice flow gets the inquiry from the enterprise, and they just share this project information to all their, voice flow experts like yours.
yeah. Yeah, so there's
And
about I don't know, it's like 20, maybe 20 of us, 20 of us in this Discord
mm,
chat, and it's so they literally just share a screenshot of the inquiry that comes through, and it's just the first person to say, "Yeah, I'll take that," and
mm,
then they share their email. So it's a really good system.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And do you post content like only on LinkedIn or anywhere else?
Only on LinkedIn. I think
Only on
I
LinkedIn.
I haven't really considered doing sort of
Mm,
Twitter X or anything. I just think people are in. Oh, I did a couple of YouTube videos, but I just felt like LinkedIn's great because people are in that sort of business mindset, and
yes.
so seeing it up, like seeing one of your builds, it doesn't look out of place. Whereas, say, like on Instagram or something, there's not really
Mm,
they're not expecting you to
yeah.
see like
Yeah.
AI
Yeah.
receptionists for their construction company.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'd highly recommend, starting your YouTube channel. I think YouTube is working well for lead
Mm,
generation specifically.
no, I've actually I stopped. I did about 3 videos and then stopped, which I know they
Yeah.
say like you should keep going. But I just thought it just took. I'm not really a very natural sort of speaker. It's not something I really enjoyed
Mm,
doing, and so I just thought this is taking up far too much of my time, and I'm just not seeing
mm,
enough results yet. And so actually
mm,
sharing
yeah.
consistently on LinkedIn. And also, I didn't like how you couldn't see who was viewing the YouTube videos or interacting with them. And so I found that mostly the people who reached out were people
Mm,
who were also agency owners trying to build. And I thought,
mm,
happy to help, but you're not going to turn into a lead. So I'm not sure. It wasn't really,
mm,
yeah. It was interesting to try.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
but I
think,
mean, it
yeah.
works for you.
YouTube.
It does work past, once you've built up enough subscribers and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, it takes time to build the
yeah,
audience, but like, I think it's definitely worth it because, like, for the same reason, it's hard to get audience and get views, right?
yeah, yeah.
Than, other like short form platforms like, TikTok or something else. And I think that fact is probably the reason that I try to build YouTube channel right now.
Really.
Yeah, because like once I get this right, like I can get a huge leverage on that.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. That's
I'm
true.
still in the early stage, but I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give it another try. I don't know.
Mm.
I'd rather like LinkedIn because like when people interact with your post, you can immediately message them, and you know so much
Mm,
about them. You know what
mm,
company they're representing, and you know if they're credible, and then you can just sort of
yeah.
have a really personalized conversation with them immediately.
Mm,
I, don't know,
yeah.
I just find it works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
yeah,
LinkedIn is also a great platform for, marketing your services because they're
mhm.
basically all, business owners mostly.
Yeah, yes, yeah,
Yeah. And you can directly reach out to decision makers in a company. So yeah, I think the biggest advantage of using LinkedIn is, being able to reach out to the person
yeah,
who
yeah.
can make decisions, right?
Hmm,
So I think
hmm.
that's great.
No, it is actually sort of an incredible platform to have access to
Yeah.
these directors of these huge companies. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Bit
And
of a
are you
gold mine.
subscribed to the paid one, the paid LinkedIn?
No,
No?
not
And it's still
no.
working, even with the
Should I?
free
Okay,
LinkedIn account. Yeah.
okay. I'll look at it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not using it. I'm just asking.
Oh right. I thought you said it's worth it. What did you say instead?
I mean, you're on the LinkedIn, free account, but it's still working.
Oh right. Yeah. No, it's still working.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
what does the premium one give you? Access to message people without connecting them.
Yeah, and I think you will get more connections you can make a day.
Oh okay.
So,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
you
Well,
can
I'll
see
find
like
this one work.
all the profiles who
Yeah.
visited
Okay.
your who visited your profile as well. So
Okay. No, I find this. It seems to work. This sort of way of like connecting without a note, so it just seems more natural. And then once they connect,
yeah,
then sending a super personalized message.
yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I see many agency owners are using their LinkedIn outreach feature. Basically, like,
Okay.
running a paid ads on LinkedIn, and
Right.
some
Yeah.
of them are actually crushing it. But I don't
Really.
know.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just wanted to
Okay.
let you
Good.
know.
Yeah. No. Thanks. Yeah. I'll try it. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah, and think of me as a prospect on the discovery call, and if you had 30 seconds to convince me, what would you say?
I would say I'd say clients are ringing you up and you're missing their calls and they're going and ringing other companies and they're picking up and they're taking your clients. So I'd say you need some AI to win basically. AI is the future.
All right.
Yeah, I'd say to stay competitive, you need an AI agent
Mm,
working round the clock for you because
mm,
you definitely are doing
yeah,
far too much manual work.
yeah, that makes sense. And where do you see AI automation agencies or AI agencies, whatever you want to call it, in 3 years?
in in 3 years, I don't think we'll be around in 3 years. I think in 3 years the agents will probably be building them themselves. But maybe we'll move to more sort of consulting. So just showing companies what they can do with these agents.
Mm,
And also even at the moment, the discovery calls, it's more it's less technical, it's actually just more logical. So
mm,
what is the flow here when people come to your
mm,
website and how are we going to make them into a client and that sort of thing. So I guess
yeah,
just becomes more of
mm,
from a logical service than that sort of technical service
yeah,
because I think it'll be extremely easy to build very soon.
yeah.
These
More
agents.
strategy, right?
Yeah, sorry, yeah,
Yeah,
strategy.
yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. Because like, in terms of like implementation of solutions, if you have like all requirements planned out, it's really easy. It's gonna be really easy.
Yeah.
Like even
Yeah.
in 3 years, like even now, it's pretty easy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, actually knowing the problem and the bottleneck of business is the work that we need to do, right?
Yeah.
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 What just figure out what to do.
Yeah.
That's the main job.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
I agree
That's
with
true. It
that.
needs to work. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. And I think so. Like from like implementation partner, it's gonna be like strategy partner, like
Yeah, that's
more
nice.
on like consulting instead of
Hmm.
like actual building. Maybe I mean anyone can build it. Maybe in next 3 years or five years. But the thing is, like knowing what to build and how to build is a problem. I guess that's something that where AI agencies come in,
Yeah. Yeah.
and also like more and more platforms will come up, right?
Mhm.
And knowing what to use is the key as
Yeah.
well.
I was going to say it's not going to be a sort of centralized model. There are still going to be loads of different options to
Yeah,
and it's overwhelming already. So I can imagine.
yeah,
Yeah. No, it's good.
and like each platform has pros and cons, and knowing what to use in in each use case is probably the most valuable thing that you can
Mm.
offer to your clients as well.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
because like if
it's good
you're
fun. It's exciting. Yeah.
yeah, right now it's already overwhelming, but more and more platforms are coming out,
Yeah.
and
No, for sure.
yeah, and it's really hard to choose which one to use, especially
Yeah.
for beginners. Like they have like no idea what to use. They're so
Mm.
confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the best thing to do or the best like decision that I've made is choosing a tool like VoiceFlow with the best community. I think that makes all the difference because when you
Mm,
get support, really helps. And also just like the people they promote your builds and whatnot. I'd say so. It's all that's really the
mm,
differentiator. It's the
yeah,
community around it. Yeah.
yeah. I think having a great community around the platform is really important thing when it comes
Mm.
to choosing a platform. Just because if you're going to face issues using platform for
Mm.
sure. Like no
Yeah.
matter which tool you use, you're gonna be facing issues, and in order to get
Hmm.
this fixed, You need to have, engaged community.
Yeah, yeah,
Because like it
yeah.
doesn't make
And
sense for their support team to support you like every single time.
yeah, yeah. And you guys are excellent at that as well. I remember you texting saying, "Yeah, how come you've moved from VoiceFlow to this other platform? How come you've moved back?" Yeah, sort of keeping an eye on everyone. It's very impressive.
Yeah. Can you say it again? I'm sorry.
You when I think I was with Stammer. Do you remember Stammer? They were like Stammer AI. They had like this other chatbot support program.
Stammer, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'd be saying, how come you switch with them? Like, should we support the Stammer platform too on our dashboard? Or and then when I came
Mm,
back to VoiceFlow, you know, how come you've come back to VoiceFlow? So I could tell, yeah, it was very impressive how you were sort of keeping tabs on all the latest updates and whatnot. It's good.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for that. Yeah. And my this is my last question.
Yeah, yeah.
Would you recommend ChatDash to other agencies? Why or why not? Be brutally honest.
Okay. I'd say 100%, or I'd say like try doing it without ChatDash, and you probably won't get very far. So like, yeah, join us. Like it's very good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And